its long list of problems, you might expect Zimbabwe to be all over the news too, but that's not the case. And many say it's because the country suffers from something else, the iron grip of its president, Robert Mugabe. Under his control, Zimbabwe's deepening crisis remains largely hidden to outside eyes, but not ours. The CBC's Laurel Lynch went into the country undercover. Here's her second eye opening report.
From up here, it all looks so normal. The gleaming capital city of a nation that was once the pride of Africa. But move down the mountain, down to street level, and the veneer of prosperity is stripped away. This is what Robert Mugabe doesn't want the world to see. People waiting for hours on end. Sometimes these lineups start the night before, based on a rumor, a whisper, a hope that there might be bread in the store, cash at the bank, or fuel at the gas station. We're filming these pictures from inside our car. If we're caught, we risk arrest. Those struggling to survive walk among the dead. The cemeteries grow around them, filling up with fresh graves. A decade ago, most could expect to grow old in Zimbabwe. Now they'll struggle to live past 40. Here is where the heavy fist of Robert Mugabe's rule has recently and repeatedly struck with brute force. The people in this tiny village, young, old, and disabled alike, became a target. This is how the poorest of the poor in Zimbabwe live these days. Officials have come to this settlement about once a month since September. Each time they've knocked down these ramshackle huts. The people here have put them together again with whatever they could find. Then they've gone out and sold firewood or just about anything else in order to survive. Government officials claim they're living here illegally. They say they're being punished for supporting the opposition. This man, trying to care for a wife who's blind and frail, won't forget what happened when he tried to rebuild.
When we were taking to put these roofs, they are coming again, broken down.
Hard for the old and for the children who lost their shoes and most of their clothes when they lost their homes. 5 orphans now live in this tiny shack with their increasingly desperate grandmother. I stay here with my grandchildren, she says. We live by selling firewood. If they see us, they come for us and take it away. I live with this misery day in and day out. Under cover of darkness, we travel to a township on the outskirts of Harare. Even here, among Zimbabwe's supposedly middle-class professionals, there's a gnawing fear that life will only get worse.
There's nothing you can do.
This school teacher, his mother, brother, and pregnant wife are having boiled vegetables and a kind of porridge for dinner, the same meal they had for breakfast. And while he's willing to show us his hardship, he's afraid to show his face.
It's very difficult because looking at food to start with, I cannot afford to buy the basic needs so that we can survive. You know that it is even affecting my performance at work.
He sells candy to his students, trying to earn a few more pennies. Inflation is so bad, the money he makes now becomes almost worthless within days. The desperate bear witness to the promises made and broken by their leader. Robert Mugabe came to power vowing to bring prosperity and justice to his people. But today so many are poor, their spirits broken, living in a nation that has been brought to its knees. Laura Lynch, CBC News near Kwekwe, Zimbabwe.